Okay guys, so made it back over here to the bike path. Gonna do another century ride, and this will be my 11th century this year. I need to do one more after this to get my full 12 in, and I also need to do a total of 500 miles and change, like 526, to get my full 4,000 miles in for the year. And that's not a very huge goal, but I do a lot of mountain biking, so those rides are a lot shorter. My long road and gravel bike rides are fewer and far between, so they're normally on the weekends only and 1 or 2 times a month. So I wanted to show you this because, you know, I've been a user of a Polar heart rate monitor for a long time, and I like Polar. So this is my Polar Vantage V2. They just came out with a V3, but I got tired of the inconsistency and glitches it was having, and that's why I ended up getting this Garmin Forerunner 965, and I actually prefer that. But one thing Polar does that I like, let's see if it'll work right now, is the fitness test, and the cycling test, and the orthostatic test, and recovery test, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna click on here. Now if you could see that, it puts you into that window to start training, but you want to scroll over to the test section, and I'll show you that. So here's the test session. It looks like an EKG, and then you'll click on that, and it's touch screen, so you can just tap on it, and then it's going to ask you which fitness test do you want to do, and you're going to scroll to the cycling one, and there where it says cycling, you can see where it says cycling there. You're going to click on that, and then it's going to ask you to start, and you're going to click start, and then it's going to go into this screen. It's telling you this is based on 60-minute evaluation, but I've already set it up to be a 20-minute test, but it'll calculate however many minutes you do into a 60-minute calculation of your, you know, it's going to go into your power and your heart rate and things like that to look at, give its evaluation of your VO2. So I'll click OK and start. Then it's going to read this disclaimer, and you can see the disclaimer there, and then you have to click here to say OK to that. Now it's going to go to this screen. It's a, you know, like a purple color, and you'll see that it's picking up your sensors. Now you have to have the Polar H10 or H9, I think it might work with that one too, heart rate sensor, or another heart rate sensor that has the advanced connections with the Amp Plus and the advanced Bluetooth connection. So some of the other straps might work. I just go ahead and use the Polar one. It's just easier to pair it, and it's already paired. So then I could tap onto the screen again, and it's gonna give me a start, but it's gonna ask me to warm up. And you look at it, it's gonna tell me the power on the top, and then on the bottom is the timer. And it's gonna, most people would do a warm-up before a test, but if you want to just get going, you can go ahead and and click start the test. And so think of it like this, you guys, and I'm not sure if you've ever done any VO2 testing in a lab, but it's usually done on a treadmill, but they do it on bikes too, and they keep increasing the elevation or increasing the resistance to where you are running faster and faster, and seeing how much you can push yourself to the point where it's the maximum amount of oxygen your body can assimilate. Basically, that's what your VO2 max is, and transfer into the strength before you get that. You just collapse because of not being able to stand the pain, which internally is the lactic buildup is so bad that it causes your muscles to react where they won't work efficiently. And that's the true, I mean, I'm not an exercise physiologist, but I'm just, in layman's terms, in my understanding of it, I'm just telling you what that happens in a lab. And my friend is a doctor of physiology that tested me. So I will go ahead and click start. And I think I have to use this one for that. It's going to read that disclaimer again and start the test. So now I'm in the testing mode. I want to be able to pedal strongly for 20 minutes. I don't want to coast. I don't want to be going downhill. I'm going uphill now, so that's, you want to make sure you're going uphill, and you have a place where you can go uphill for 20 minutes. I'm not going to do a 20-minute video, and I'm not going to actually be going up this hill for 20 minutes. I'm going to get up to the end of the bike path and turn around. But I wanted to show you that. It's a little bit cold today. My thermometer shows it's 72, but it's it feels colder than that. And I had my winter gear when I started riding. So you could scroll around on your Polar Vantage watch and look at different dashboards or screens, but I'm just going to leave it there. And I use this Garmin, my Edge 840, to scroll around and look at different stuff on there. So I could just swipe over and there's my speed. And average speed over here is 10 miles an hour. I wasn't going that fast. The time of day is already 10:25. I've done a distance of 1274, so I got a long ways to go. The heart rate up there is at the top is my current heart rate and my average, and I configured this screen and I chose what data I wanted in each of those boxes, but I can go through the different. This is a default screen that your Garmin Edge will have, because part of the reason you have that Garmin Edge is to have the map feature, which is nice. It's your navigation system for your bike. When you scroll on this across, sometimes it gets hung up because it thinks you want to open up the map. This time it didn't. This one has distance at the top, and then my altitude, or no, what does it say? Estimated distance. So it's saying I can go 149 miles based on its AI to evaluate my stamina, which is something that is really cool about the modern tech. It does that for you. Oh no, that wasn't, that was something else. That was power or something. I'm not sure. I have to look at what that means. I still like to look at all this and decipher it as I go. I've got 100 miles, guys. Got lots of time to figure this stuff out, make notes, mental notes of what I want to look up later. And then below that distance is the speed, current speed, average speed, elevation, the percentage. So we're only going up at 1% grade, nothing. And the, what is that, the feet, total feet that I've done? I'm not sure. Can't really see with the shadows of my dark glasses. And so there's more data there. I'm just going to leave it like that. Go to the next one. Here is the one that you get with when you sync your Garmin Edge to your power meter. It'll ask if you want to add this screen. So if you have the Rally XC200, that means you have sensors in both the pedals. If you have the XC100, that's just sensor in one pedal. And it doesn't really matter, I don't know. It was like, it's like 200 bucks more for the two pedal one. And I just thought, what the heck. But there's other sensors out there that are not necessarily the pedal. They're in the chainring spider. Some of them are in the axle or the spindle. So they have different placements for those sensors, and those sensors have all their different data fields that you can get. Some of those come with their own head units, if you will, like their own Garmin's. Others are just integrated into Garmin and the other third party. So it just depends. And I really like the Garmin stuff. It works well. And what's nice about my Garmin stuff is like this new watch, I could buy it at Best Buy and use my Total Tech and have the extended warranty and hassle-free returns and all that other stuff if I ever have issues with it. So that's the power screen. Here is the, yeah, it does say I've got a estimated distance of 148. So this is the Strava, or I'm not sure if it's Strava or Garmin, but it's a evaluation of how much stamina you have and how it estimates how far you can go. And then it has your your power underneath that, and then on the bottom it has your heart rate, and there's some other data inside there, and I'll look at that later on my video. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna get up here and turn around and wipe my nose, and then get a runny nose from the cool weather. Talk to you later.